Oh, hey Maansi, how are you?
Khadijat, I'm good. How are you?
Good, thank you for agreeing to do 73 questions. What's something you looked forward to this morning?
Well, this video.
Oh, okay. Are you an undergraduate or postgraduate student?
I'm an undergraduate student.
What do you study?
I study business management.
What made you want to study that course?
I'm quite passionate about entrepreneurship and learning about how business works, so.
Ah, what year are you in?
I'm in first year.
Maansi, where are we right now?
We are in my kitchen, in my accommodation actually.
Okay, kitchen. What's your go-to meal?
My go-to meal would be Maggie, that is instant noodles.
What's your favorite meal, breakfast, lunch or dinner?
I would say dinner.
Okay, if you could have dinner with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
I'd say that would be my family because I miss having dinner with them.
Which accommodation is this?
This is Antwerp Park.
Do you have any flatmates?
Yes, I do actually.
Oh, how many?
10 of them.
10, that's a lot. What has your experience of having flatmates been like?
I actually got really lucky with my flatmates. They're quite supportive.
Okay, what's a tip you have for sharing a flat with other students?
I would say maybe try to understand their perspective and spend more time while they're in the kitchen.
So what's something you like about living in Fallowfield?
I would say the students, like it just feels very lively and every time you go out you'll just see students here.
What's something you dislike about living in Fallowfield?
I personally don't dislike anything, but I know a lot of people who don't like the journey from here till the uni.
Okay, knowing what you know now, if you had the choice, would you live in a private or university student accommodation in your first year?
Uni accommodation 100%. In fact, the next year I'm living in the same room.
Ah, nice. Do you use any of the facilities in the Armitage?
I do actually. I play badminton. Tennis is not here, but it's nearby. I've played basketball, netball, even lacrosse actually.
Apart from sports, are you part of any other societies?
So I'm a part of the Women in Business Society and Indian Dance Society and Indian Music Society, and I also have my own society for management and entrepreneurship.
How easy is it to find societies?
I would say, so unfortunately I miss the Freshers Fair, but that's the best way to find societies. But you can also go to the SU website and find a list of all the societies.
Okay, and how do you manage being an entrepreneur and being a student?
Well, Google Calendar. I dump everything onto my Google Calendar and also prioritize. Maybe sometimes if you have exams coming up, you can prioritize your studies, and otherwise you can work on your business.
Oh, cool. So Maansi, how would you describe your commute from here to campus?
I would say I kind of like it because I romanticize the whole idea of going in the bus, like good music playing. But I know a lot of people that do not like that, so yeah.
Okay, nice. Maansi, where's the best place to get food on campus?
What? Chester's actually.
Oh wow, okay, cool. So Maansi, what's your favourite thing to order from Chester's?
I get a pizza meal which has a 7-inch pizza, fries, and a drink of my choice, that's Pepsi for just $5.
Okay, how do you feel about the transport in Manchester?
I think I quite like how the city is well connected, so you just need to get a bus pass for that.
Oh nice, so would you recommend getting a bus pass?
Oh, 110%, because then you can go anywhere you want to and the buses come every 5 minutes.
Oh great. Maansi, describe your student experience in 3 emojis.
I would say the pizza emoji because it's been too much of pizza. The emoji with the sunglasses, and I would say a tennis ball because a lot of sports.
So rapid fire, Maansi. I lead to your main library.
Ali,
Study at home or in the library?
studying in the library.
Study alone or with your friends?
Alone.
Physical textbooks or online textbooks?
I would say physical textbooks.
Laptop or notepad?
Not bad.
Lidl or Morrison's?
Little, any day.
Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Night out or chilling at home?
Chilling at home.
Morning lectures or evening lectures?
Evening lectures. I'm not waking up early.
Business school or engineering building?
I like the vibe of engineering building more.
Okay. Best way to manage stress?
I would say try going on a walk, listening to calming music, eating good food, and maybe hang out with good people.
Okay. Placement year or study abroad for a year?
Placement year?
Maansi, what's the stereotype about Manchester that is not true?
That it rains every day.
What's the stereotype about university that is true?
I would say that the professors don't actually spoon feed you everything. You have to study on your own.
Oh, what's the stereotype about university that is not true?
People don't party every day. You have to study a little bit.
What's something you wish uni students got more credit for?
I think managing the daily chores with your studies, that's quite difficult actually.
You have an exam tomorrow. What are you doing the night before?
I am sleeping. I need a good sleep before my exams.
What is something that is part of uni culture that is underrated?
I think the sports culture here, because like everyone is going for box leagues and everything. People don't show up to watch the matches. You should definitely go for that.
Yeah, you do. What advice would you give your younger self?
I would say the things that you're insecure about right now will become your strength.
What advice would you give someone coming to uni?
Be open-minded, I would say, and be open to all the experience, and do not pack all your things. I would say you get everything here.
What is it like being an international student?
I quite like it. I feel like people are quite welcoming here. That's just been my experience.
Have you experienced any culture shocks in Manchester?
Yeah.
Which culture shocks?
I feel like people just drink directly from the tap, which is not the case in India, so that's quite strange.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how diverse would you say the university is?
I would say 8 or a 9.
How easy was it to find part-time jobs on campus?
I think it's quite easy. I think university has a website wherein you can find that, but I know a lot of people who work in restaurants and like cafes, so I'd say not that difficult actually.
Okay, nice. What's it like being a content creator for the UAM?
It's actually quite amazing because I love creating content and you get to be around a lot of other students who are interested in the same thing.
What's it like being an event rep for your accommodation?
I think you get to sort of shape the experience other people have in your accommodation, so it's pretty good.
What made you want to study at UAM?
I'd say the diversity and also just the campus and the whole student life.
What was the pleasant surprise about studying at UAM?
Again, the students. There are a lot of students and like so many people to meet.
What advice would you give international students applying to study here?
Well, there are a lot of people to meet, so I would say go to LinkedIn, go to Instagram and find people who are actually studying here.
What would you rate the social life in Manchester on a scale of 1 to 10?
You can choose your own experience, but I would say 8 or 9.
Maansi, what's the typical class size?
300 for a lecture and 20 for a seminar.
Are libraries social or silent?
Silent.
What's a skill you've developed since being at university?
I would say living alone and managing multiple things at the same time.
Which fictional TV, film or book resembles or best describes UOM?
Oh, Harry Potter.
Where's somewhere you and your friends like to chill on campus?
I'd say the Meadows, that's the common area in Answorth Park.
Oh, cool. Maansi, is fashion a big thing on campus?
I would say people dress comfortably.
Is food affordable in Manchester?
Groceries, I would say, are affordable, but restaurants can be expensive.
Now you're at the end of the year, what's something you're never doing again?
Probably leave all my studies till the last.
What's one word to describe people in Manchester?
Welcoming.
What's one word to describe UOM students? How competitive are students in the UOM for your course?
I'd say they're not on either extreme. You can find all kinds of people over here.
What do you do when you're homesick?
Call my family.
What's one thing you'd change about your university experience?
I would say I'd explore more restaurants in the beginning.
Okay, final question, Maansi.
Yes.
What's a greeting or a goodbye in your language?
Namaste.
Oh, namaste.